Spring is here, and the deals are hotter than ever at Shack Shop. Turn heads with stunning bikinis, now on sale. Explore the deep with cutting-edge underwater drones. Gear up for adventure with durable tents for every trip. Ride into spring with unbeatable deals on bikes. Fresh styles, women's fashion, and must-have looks, all discounted. Don't miss the Shack Shop Spring Fling Sale. These prices won't last. Shop now and make this spring unforgettable, only at Shack Shop.
A recent media appearance by a prominent U.S. senator has sparked a broader national conversation about political accountability, media platforms, and perceived inconsistencies in addressing discrimination. The situation centers around Michigan Senator Elissa Slotkin and her participation on a widely viewed late-night political talk show, which has drawn criticism from a major Muslim civil rights organization. At the heart of the controversy is the Council on American Islamic Rights, CAIR, a prominent advocacy group that represents the interests of Muslim Americans. The organization issued a formal statement expressing concern over the senator's decision to appear on the program, citing the host's past remarks about Islam and Arab communities as the basis for their objection. The core of the dispute. CAIR's criticism stems from what it characterizes as a troubling inconsistency. According to the group, Senator Slotkin had recently taken a public stance criticizing a Muslim public figure for alleged associations with an online personality accused of anti-Semitic rhetoric, claims that the individual in question has denied. In contrast, CAIR argues that Slotkin's willingness to appear on a show hosted by someone with a history of controversial statements about Muslims and Arabs sends a conflicting message. In its formal communication, CAIR emphasized that public officials must apply their standards consistently. The organization argued that appearing on a platform without addressing or distancing oneself from the host's past remarks could be interpreted as tacit acceptance. The group's message was clear: if political leaders condemn one form of perceived prejudice, they must be equally vocal when confronting others. Concerns about representation. One of the central themes in CAIR's response is the importance of representation. Michigan is home to one of the largest Muslim populations in the United States, and CAIR stressed that elected officials from the state carry a heightened responsibility to be mindful of how their actions resonate with constituents. From CAIR's perspective, the senator's appearance, without publicly challenging the host's previous statements, risked alienating members of the Muslim and Arab communities. The organization described this as part of a broader pattern in which certain forms of bias receive widespread condemnation, while others are overlooked. This concern reflects a larger national dialogue about equity and political discourse, and whether all communities are treated with the same level of respect and sensitivity. The media platform debate. The controversy also raises questions about the role of media platforms in political engagement. Television programs that blend entertainment and political commentary often attract a wide audience, making them attractive venues for elected officials seeking to communicate their views. However, these appearances are not without risk. By choosing to participate in a particular platform, politicians may be perceived as endorsing or legitimizing the host and their viewpoints, even if no explicit agreement exists. In this case, critics argue that the decision to appear carried symbolic weight. Supporters, on the other hand, might contend that engaging with diverse audiences, even through controversial platforms, is an essential part of modern political communication. Topics discussed during the appearance. During her time on the program, Senator Slotkin addressed several pressing issues, including tensions in the Middle East and U.S. foreign policy. She expressed disagreement with recent military actions involving Iran, aligning with a segment of lawmakers who have urged caution and restraint in escalating conflicts. The discussion also touched on broader geopolitical dynamics, including alliances and long-standing regional tensions. These conversations highlighted ongoing divisions within American politics over how best to approach international security challenges. In addition to foreign policy, the senator participated in a panel discussion that examined domestic political trends, including the rise of anti-Semitism and the influence of social media on public opinion. Campaign finance and political integrity. Another notable moment from the appearance involved Senator Slotkin's comments on campaign financing. She explained her decision to stop accepting contributions from a prominent pro-Israel lobbying organization, clarifying that her choice was not rooted in opposition to Israel, but rather concerns about the group's broader funding practices. Specifically, she pointed to instances where the organization had supported candidates linked to the events of January 6th, which she found unacceptable. Her remarks underscored her effort to position herself as independent and guided by principle rather than political convenience. This stance reflects a broader trend among some lawmakers who seek to distance themselves from traditional funding structures in favor of more transparent or values-driven approaches. Broader political implications. The situation has implications beyond a single media appearance. It touches on several interconnected issues: consistency in addressing discrimination, the responsibilities of public officials to their constituents, the influence of media platforms on political narratives, the challenges of navigating complex identity and geopolitical issues.
For many observers, the controversy illustrates how quickly political actions can be scrutinized in today's media environment. Even routine appearances can be flashpoints for larger debates about values and accountability. Public reaction and ongoing dialogue. Public response to the situation has been mixed. Some individuals support CARE's call for accountability, arguing that elected officials must be vigilant and opposing all forms of prejudice. Others view the criticism as excessive, suggesting that engaging in dialogue, even with controversial figures, is a necessary part of democratic discourse. This divide reflects broader tensions in American society, where questions of free speech, representation, and inclusivity often intersect in complex ways. The path forward. As the conversation continues, it remains to be seen whether Senator Slotkin will respond directly to the criticism or take any action to address the concerns raised. Regardless of the outcome, the situation serves as a reminder of the delicate balance public figures must maintain. In an era where every action is amplified and analyzed, political leaders face increasing pressure to demonstrate consistency and clarity in their values. At the same time, they must navigate a media landscape that rewards visibility, but often complicates messaging. Ultimately, this controversy underscores the importance of thoughtful engagement, both from public officials and the platforms they choose to use. It also highlights the ongoing need for open dialogue about how best to address bias, promote understanding, and ensure that all communities feel heard and respected.